Hello and welcome back. So in the last screencast, I wanted to say you cannot add the posts, not the users. So it's adding the posts, like at the end of it, I was talking about the posts that we're trying to add that we couldn't add anymore because we had added security. And this is right here. Remember when we tried to create, this time we have this error that says one error prohibited this post from being saved. Now we cannot add the post anymore. Okay, so in this screencast, we're going to add users to our seed file. That way we don't have to keep creating them in the console. If you you are not sure, you need a little help on creating seed files, it's right here. You can go to screencast number 17, go to zambezi.app, screencast number 17, where I talk about seeding our database. And in this case, we were doing the posts. This time it's going to be users. Remember, we added that security feature which only allows users to create a post because of the association that we created. Okay, so if you hit up in your on your keyboard, the up arrow, you're going to end up in the spot where we created that user. So yours might say your name. Hopefully it says your name. Mine says my name here. So I'm just gonna copy that and then move on to the seed file. Okay, if it doesn't say your name, that's fine. You can just use any name that you want. Okay, so now we have copied that. We need the seed file. Remember, it's in the DB folder, and the DB folder is in the root. So we type in DB seed. If you're in Vim, this is how you'd get to it. If you're not, you have to look for that on your in your file tree, dbseeds.rb. Okay, so we're going to create users at the top there. Just paste that in there. So we have our first user there. I want to have, usually like to have a couple of users. Like that. Okay, change name. So CW will change the word. And I'm just going to call that one Farai. FK will take me to K, and change word. We'll change that word to Farai. Okay. The passwords can stay the same. Now we want to add the user ID. Remember, that's what we had. And we can even just add the name. So I'm going to go to the end of my first post, Shift A, comma, and then I'm going to say user ID, and that's user ID 1. Right, and I'm going to do the same for this one, and the same for that one, same for that one, same for that one. Then I'll go back and just change the numbers. So Kudzai is number 1, Farai is number 2. So I'm going to just type in CL. If you're in Vim, it's just CL, change letter to 2. That will change it to the number 2, and then CL again to 2. Then if you didn't want to do CL, you just want to do the same thing, you just push the dot. It'll just do the same thing, the last thing you did. Okay, beauty of Vim, it saves you a lot of time. Okay, so now that we've set up we have created users to our seed file, let's go back into our terminal and set this up. But what we want to do before we go is we want to be able to see what happens after we have seeded the data. So we want to see something like maybe you congrats, you have planted your seeds, something like that. This would tell us that actually something happened, right? Congrats, you have planted your seeds. Let's go to the terminal. Then I'm gonna get out of the Rails console. It's Command D to get out, clear the terminal. And then let's type in Rails DB setup. All right, let's see what happens. Hopefully we did it all right. And we did. It says, congrats, you have planted your seeds. Now let's go into Rails C and see how many users we have. Rails C, the C is for console. Let's count them. User.count. We have 2 users that we created. Great. Let's see our posts, see if they have the user IDs in them. So post.count. We want to do post.all. Let's just see all the posts. Post.all. Okay, here we go. So we have users in all our posts. If you look right at the end of each post, we have user ID, just like we did create using our seed file. Okay, that's it for this tutorial. Now we have our posts and our users in the seed file. We are able to just reset our database without having to type each and everything, to retype everything when we are playing around in our database. Okay, in the Rails console. That's it for this tutorial. I will see you in the next one. Thank you and goodbye.